Okay. Okay, I think we can start. Okay, so I'll give a little bit of introduction first before we get into the questions. Okay, so welcome to lesson 1 of our P5 and P6 from Sums mini course. Right, so for those of you who are familiar, okay, you've been with us during our revision Zoom lessons last year, right? That was to prepare for your finals, right, your SA2. Okay, so for today, okay, we'll be preparing you for your mid-years. Okay, so little introduction, right? Okay, we're a Math Specialist Center, okay, Maths Accelerator Center. So we help students with borderline grades turn around their results within a short period of time. Okay, so these are some of our students from last year before they went for their final exams, right? So what's the objective of this Zoom lesson? Okay, so first of all, we want to improve students' understanding and confidence in tackling problem sums. So usually students come to us and feel that they're not doing well because they are losing the bulk of the marks in their exams due to problem sums. Right, so we'd like to demonstrate how problem sums can be solved systematically, right? Show you the steps, right? Step by step, the methods and the strategies that you can apply, right, when solving problem sums. So also cover topics that are integral to the upcoming mid-year examinations, as well as lay the foundation, okay, for PSLE. If you're primary 5 this year, okay, that will be for you next year. If you're primary 6 this year, that is relevant to you this year. Okay. So what would the lesson be like? Okay, so we would go through strategy 1, right? And then the second half will be going through some trending exam type questions. Okay, so prepare you for what the actual questions can come out. Okay, so as usual, right, your ground rules, okay, for Zoom platform, right? Audio will be muted, okay, and communication will be through the chat. So if you have any questions, you can ask in the chat. Okay, or if you want to answer me, respond to me, okay, you can reply to me through the chat. Okay, so no spamming of the chat, please be considerate, right? If you spam, then I cannot see your replies. Okay, so listen attentively, write down the solutions, okay, and have fun. Right, so please participate. Okay, so if I have any questions later on for you, do think, right, and go and calculate, right? Don't just copy blindly, right? Make full use of the time that we have here. Okay, so with that, let's get into the questions. Okay, we still have some people coming in. All right, so let's take a look. Today we'll be going through simultaneous equation. That will be strategy 1. Okay, then later on we'll be doing some trending whole number questions. Okay, so let's look at the steps first, okay, for your simultaneous equation. So step 1, okay, you would write out the equations. Okay, so they'll give you probably about 2 sentences, okay, and each of it you can use it to write your equation. No dear, you don't have to on your video, okay, it's up to you. Right, identify which item to cancel out for your step 2. So if they ask you for, let's say they want the amount of money for the shirts, okay, how much does the shirt cost? Then the other item is pens, for example. So you want to cancel out the other item, right, and be left with the item that you want. Okay, so how do you cancel it out? We want to make the item, right, have common multiple first. So once you have the selected item with the common multiple, we cancel it out and then solve for the answer. Okay, so let's take a look at how we're going to apply that to this first question that we have here. Okay, you can download this on our website. Okay, so if you've printed it out, right, you can take it out. Okay, otherwise, if you're not able to print it out, okay, you can download it on our website and then use a piece of paper. Follow the screen. I'll be flashing the questions on the screen. Okay. So let's start off with the first question. Let's write down our equations first. So 3 mangoes cost as much as 2 durians. Okay, so as much as means equal. All right, so let's annotate our question. Let's put equal sign on top here. So we know that, okay, the cost of 3 mangoes, you can use the same amount of money to buy 2 durians. Okay, so let's write it down. 3m for 3 mangoes equals to 2 durians. Okay, the next one. Next sentence. Bernard bought 7 mangoes and 4 durians for $78. So let's write down our second equation. 7m plus 4d, okay, durians. This is $78. Alright, so we have our equations here. Now we have to compare, right? You want the mango. You want the cost of 1 mango. So you would want to remove the other item, which is the durians. Okay, so let's look at our durians here. You have 2 durians and 4 durians. So common multiple of 2 and 4. Okay, Cm for common multiple of 2 and 4. That will be, yes, 4. Thank you. Okay, Faliha, yeah, 4, right? Okay, so 4. So let's make it into 4. So we have 4 here already. That means on this side, we will multiply it by 2. Okay, so if you multiply it by 2, on this side, you also must multiply by 2. Okay, because they are equal, right? It comes in a set. So this is 6 mangoes equals to 4 durians. Okay, so now we have made the common multiple. 4 durians, 4 durians. Alright, so now we want to cancel away the durians, which means we'll write out our equation, okay, the second equation, only with mangoes. So that will be 7m plus, okay, do I still write 4 durians over here? Okay, you don't write 4 durians anymore, right? Yes, okay, so why will you put 4 durians here again? You'll just be repeating the equation, right? We know that 4 durians is also equals to 6 mangoes. Yes, okay. Correct. All right, so this is equals to 78. So now that the durians has been cancelled out, we can combine the mangoes together. Okay, 7m plus your 6m, that will get you 13 mangoes. Yes. Okay, Kelly, yeah, 13 mangoes equals to $78. Right, and then we find 1 mango from here. Okay, so once you've cancelled out the other item, things get a lot easier already. All you have to do is just divide it by 13. Okay, because 13 mangoes is $78. So they want 1 only. So you divide it into 13. Okay, can you calculate this for me? What will you get? Okay, you can use your calculator. Okay, $6, yes. Okay, so final answer will be $6. Okay, so for those of you who are late, I repeat again. Okay, so you write down your equations first accordingly to the sentences here. Okay, so from 3m equals to 2d, okay, you can multiply by 2 because we want to change the 2 durians over here such that it is 4 durians. Okay, so it matches the other side here. Okay, so 6m equals to 4d means 6 mangoes. If you use the amount of money to buy 6 mangoes, you can also use the same amount of money to buy 4 durians. Okay, that's what it means. Okay, so after you cancel it out, then things get easier already. Okay, right, so we're gonna move on to question 2. Okay, so don't worry, we'll be trying 4 questions on simultaneous equation. Okay, so let's look at question 2. Right, question 2. The total cost of 2 similar notebooks and a file is $10.50. 2 such notebooks and 5 such files cost $26.50. Find the cost of a notebook. So write your equations down first. Okay, so we have 2 notebooks, so let's put 2n here, plus a file. Okay, so that's 1 file. Okay, put 1f. Okay, this is equals to $10.50. Okay, let's look at our second equation. So the second sentence. Okay, before I write it down, can you all try? Go and write down the equation here. Okay, using the second sentence, right? What will you write it as? Okay, do you have it? Okay, I see some of your answers. Yes, okay, 2n plus 5 files, okay, 5f equals to 2650. Okay. Right, so they want the cost of a notebook. If you want the notebook, you would want to cancel out the other item, right, which is the files. Right, so we can look at the files here. Okay, we have 1 file and 5 files here. Right, so some of you are telling me that you want to just minus it away right now because your 2 notebooks can cancel out. Okay, so you can do that, right? There are 2 methods to doing this. You can go and cancel your notebooks, or you can go and cancel the files because the notebooks are already common multiple. However, you want the notebooks. So if you cancel out the notebooks, you will have more steps to do later on. So what we want to do now is cancel out the files over here. Okay, so for those of you who want to try and cancel out the notebooks, okay, you go ahead and do that, right? So let me know your answer at the end, okay? Then we check whether it's the same, all right? So we're going to make the files the same first. So 1 file over here, 5 files over here, which means let's multiply this side by 5. Okay, so remember when you multiply by 5, the entire equation here, we need to multiply by 5. Okay, it comes in a set. So this is 10 notebooks plus 5 files. This is equals to, okay, $10.50. Go and calculate times 5. Okay, what will you get? Okay, 52, 50. Okay, thank you. So now we can cancel out the items. All right, so we know that 52.50 is bigger than your $26.50. So let's bring this equation down below this equation. So that will be 2n plus 5f equals to $26.50. Okay, let's cancel it away. So 10 notebooks minus 2 notebooks. That would be 8 notebooks. 5 files minus 5 files. No more. Okay, why no more? Because we made it that way. We made the 1 files into 5 files so that we can cancel it off. Okay, so now we're left with notebooks only. This is equals to $52.50 minus $26.50. All right, so go and calculate it. What will you get? Okay, thank you. Unseen $26. Yes. Okay. Kenny, Chloe, yeah. Okay, 26. Okay, so $26. This is 8 notebooks. We want 1 notebook. So last step. What should you do? To find just 1. Okay, we have 8 of it already. So final step. Okay, yep, divide by 8. So your final answer will be $3.25. Yes. Okay, so for those of you who have been typing $3.25 in the chat, okay, that is correct. So if you did the other method, which is to remove your notebooks first, okay, and then solve for the files, and then finally look for 1 notebook, you can also do that. Okay, you will also get $3.25. Okay. Yeah. Okay, I see some of you using the other method, right? Okay, that works too. You got the same answer? Yeah. Okay. Right, so it works if you want to cancel out the other one. Okay. Right, so yeah, sure, you can go to the toilet. Don't need to ask me. Okay, if not, you need to hold it all the way, huh? Just go. Okay, let's go to question 3. Okay, yeah, I'll leave the question 3 answer or question 2 answer on the side here. Okay, if you're still copying. Yeah, I'll leave it here. Okay, this was question 2. Okay, now we're on question 3. Okay, it will be good if after you understand, then you okay, then you write down. You understand again, then you write down. Okay. If you wait until the end, then we're gonna move on to the next question already, right? So you'll be lagging behind. Okay, question 3. Write down your equations. Okay, so we have 2 similar shirts and 1 pair of pants. This costs $180. Okay, so 2 shirts. Okay, I'll suggest you put SH for the shirts. If you put just S like this, okay, halfway, those of you with very strange handwriting later look like 25, okay? Then you'll be very confused. So you can put SH, okay, so you know it's shirts. Plus 1P, okay, this is equals to 180. Okay, next equation, 4 similar shirts, 3 pairs of similar pants. Okay, this is $437. Okay, write your second equation. 4SH plus 3 pence, this is 437. Okay, good. Yeah, I see some of you have your equations. Okay, so how much did 1 pair of pants cost? So if you want the pants, we would want to cancel away which item? The shirts, yes. Okay, we don't want the shirts, we only want the pants. Okay, good. Right, so let's figure out how we're going to cancel away the shirts. So we have 4 shirts here, and on our other equation is 2 shirts. So once again, common multiple, 2 and 4. Okay, that will be 4 again, yes. Alright, so let's make these 2 shirts into 4 shirts as well. Multiply by 2. Okay, yes, Hakim, right? 2 times 2. So you times 2 here. This side, the entire equation must times 2. Okay, don't just times 2 here. You must times 2 throughout. Okay, it's a set. Okay, so this will get us 2p. Right, then 180 times 2. Okay, use your calculator, calculate. 360. Oh yes, please go to the toilet if you need to. Don't need to ask me. Okay, right, let's carry on. Okay, so now that we have the shirts that is the same, we want to cancel it away. So the money here is more, so we'll put this as our first equation and bring this equation below this other one. So that will be minus 4sh plus, okay, 2p equals to 360. Okay, then now we can cancel away. So 4 shirts minus 4 shirts, no more, right? Because we made it that way. 3 pairs of pants minus 2 pairs of pants will be left with 1 pair of pants. Okay, type in your calculator. How much is 437 minus 360? Okay, yes, thank you, $77. Yep, it's the same equation from this to this. Okay, it's just that you put it below this so that you can see better what are you subtracting. Right, if you can see that you need to put it below here, okay, you can just straight away write it below here as well. Yes, the answer is $77, okay, for 1 pair of pants. So expensive. Yeah, you can copy down both. Okay, we're gonna move on to question 4 already, so quickly finish up this question. Okay, any other questions regarding question 3? Yeah, if you did another method, do you get $77? Yeah, that's all. Fast, right, this question. Okay, you just minus away, because in this case, the 3 pens minus 2 pens, straight away you get 1 pair of pens. So unlike your question 2, okay, you get 8 notebooks. So you still need to divide by 8. However, question 3, you get 1 pair of pens straight away. So that saves you a lot of time. There's no need to do another step. Okay, you got 77. Okay, great. Okay, so let's go on to question 4. Okay, I'm going to clear question 3. Okay, yeah, sure. Okay, so for question 4, since we've gone through 3 questions already, okay, so go ahead, write down your 2 equations. I give you about 1 minute. You can go and try the question first. 1050 times 5 is 5250. Can you use your calculator and type it, right? Don't just blindly copy. You can check in your calculator for question 2. Okay, so I have some answers coming in already. That's fast. Okay, later I go through, then you check your work, alright? See if you got it correct. Okay, so to help those of you who are still stuck at the start, okay, we write down our equations first. Okay, so 1 vase Okay, this is 1 vase plus 20 stalks of roses. So we put 20R here. This is equals to $172.85. Next sentence, another person she paid this much for a similar vase and 58 stalks of roses. Okay, so we have 1V plus 58 roses equals to $457.85. Okay, so make sure your first step you at least have the two equations. Okay, so what was the cost of one such vase? Okay, so earlier on, right, when we want the answer to be the vase, okay, we would want to remove the other item. Okay, but in this case, if you want to remove the roses, okay, you need to find the common multiple of 20 and 58. So it can be done, however, the number might be quite big, right? So I'm going to show you what happens if you cancel away the item that you actually want at the very end, and how are you going to solve for the answer, okay? So let's take a look, right? Those of you who are finished with the question and you have an answer on hand, okay, so you look at how I'm going to do it, see and check your work, okay, see if it's the same as mine. Okay, so I would want to remove the vase over here because it's easier in this case. Okay, so I'm going to subtract it away. So bring this equation below this other equation. Okay, so copy over. Okay, and then subtract. So 1 vase minus 1 vase, no more. 58 stalks of roses minus 20 stalks of roses. Okay, that will be 38 stalks of roses. All right, calculate this, subtract it. Okay, $457.85 minus 172.85. Okay, thank you. 285. Right, and then we're going to find one stalk of roses. So we have 38 of it. Let's find one of it. Right, so divide by 38. Okay, can you calculate it? What do you have? Okay, thank you. $7.50. Okay, so that's one stalk of rose. Do they want one stalk of rose? No, they want one such vase. Okay, so if you want one vase, we can find it using our first equation. Yes, so 1 vase plus 20 roses is this amount. So if we can find out how much is 20 roses, we can find out the vase. Alright, so let's find out 20 roses first. We have one stalk of rose, $7.50, multiplied by 20. Okay, how much would that be? Can you calculate it? Okay, 150. Thank you. Right, so this is 150. Okay, so in order for us to find out the vase, what will your last step be? Okay, you can type in the chat. Okay, what should you do in your last step to get your final answer? Okay, yes, so you want to take away the 20 roses from here. Minus, yes, okay. So take away the 20 roses from this equation over here. So we know that 20 roses is equals to 150. Okay, $150. Okay, so your one vase. Okay, 20 roses minus 20 roses. No more. Okay, then 172.85 minus $150. Okay, so your final answer would be, yes, $22.85. Thank you. Right, that would be your answer. Okay, so someone asked, how come this part can cancel? Okay, because your two equations, you already have one vase and one vase. So what we're doing is subtracting vertically. Okay, so you look at it this way, right? So usually you do your working, right? Let's say 50 minus 12. You minus this way, right? Look this way, vertically. So if you look at these two equations, you compare the items one by one. So the first item, one vase minus one vase. No more. Cancel out. Then the next item is your roses. 58 roses minus 20 roses. Because it's 1 and 1. Can you imagine what is 2 minus 2? 0. Right? Because it's the same. Yeah, so it's the same concept, right? If you have the same item and the same number, one vase minus one vase, no more. 2 minus 2, 0. Okay, no more. Okay? Can you all go and practice more simultaneous equation questions? Okay? Follow the steps. Write the equations. Find out common multiple, which one you want to cancel. Cancel already, then work your way towards your answer. Okay? Alright, any other questions? You got it already? Okay, great. Okay, any other questions you can also ask me after class, alright? If you want to carry on first, okay? Calculation error. Okay, don't be careless. Okay, let's go on to our next part of today's lesson. Okay, so we finished our simultaneous equation section. Okay, now we'll be doing our trending whole number questions. Right, so these are pretty common type of whole number questions. Okay, so we'll go through it and I'll show you the step-by-step method of how to solve them. Okay, let's take a look at question 1. Okay, so Diana has 296 jellies and Lydia has 50 jellies. Stella has as much jellies as Lydia. Okay, so your reading has to be good also. By the time you reach to this end, okay, end of this sentence, in your head you must be thinking, oh, there are 3 people. Okay, how many jellies must Diana give to Lydia and Stella so that all 3 of them will have the same number of jellies at the end? Okay, keyword, same number at the end. Right, so let's draw a model. We have Diana, Lydia. Okay, so Diana has a lot, 296. Okay, so let's draw maybe about this much. Okay, it should be more than Lydia. Okay, so Lydia is 50. Alright, and then Diana, 296. Stella, as much jellies as Lydia. So that means equal. Alright, so annotate your question. Okay, equal, so Stella should have the same model as Lydia here. Also 50. Okay, so how do we do this question? We know that Diana has a lot of jellies and she can give them to Lydia and Stella. So how much is that difference? Okay, so this portion here is also 50. What's the difference here? How much more does Diana have? Okay, so the difference, 296 minus 50. Okay, difference. How much more? 246. Okay, thank you. Right, so this is the difference, this part here. Okay, so this difference, Diana must give a certain number of jellies to Lydia and Stella so that they have the equal amount. So do I divide 246 into 2 or do I divide it into 3? Okay, what do you think? Can you type in the chat? Okay, so some of you saying 2, some of you saying 3. Okay, right, so the answer, okay, I'll show you, that you think again, right? Those of you who put your answers in the chat. Right, so this is the 246. Okay, let me highlight it in green. Okay, this is the 246 difference. If I split it into 2 and I give it one part of it to Lydia, will Stella have the same as the both of them? Yeah, no. Okay, Stella is still 50 because you cut it into 2 only. So the difference, right, you always imagine the difference as cake. We will cut the cake into 3. One part Diana keeps for herself. The other part give to the other person, Lydia. And then the last part give to the last person, Stella. So at the very end, they have the same amount. Okay, so by doing this, they would each have the same amount. Okay, so you have to divide it by 3. Okay, so let's take a look. What's your answer? Okay, that should get you. Okay, thank you. 82. Yes. Right, so some of you have a different method. Okay, your other method is to add them all together, right, and then divide it by 3. Okay, but the question is, how many jellies must Diana give to Lydia and Stella so that all 3 of them will have the same number of jellies at the end? How much must she give? Okay, so if you put your answer as 132, okay, then wrong already, because 132 is the number of jellies that they have at the end, each of them. Okay, but they're asking how many must she give. Okay, so she must give 82 to Lydia and 82 to Stella. Alright, so if you're doing the other method where you find the total first, divide by 3, okay, you still need one more step, which is minus 50 to find out how many must each of them receive. Okay, so do take note, right? What are they asking you for? Okay, is it the number of jellies they have at the end, right? Or is it how many jellies must they receive from Diana? Okay, this question not very clear, okay, on whether they want how many jellies must she give to Lydia and Stella both. Okay, so I would put 82 because they didn't say how many jellies must she give in total to Lydia and Stella. So I will assume it's 82 and 82 like this. So each of them. Yeah, so it's not very clear, so I will accept 164 also. Okay, if you plus them together. Okay, let's go to question 2. How do you know Diana had 50 at first? Diana didn't have 50 at first. Diana had 296. Okay, 164 is if you times 2. You plus the... Okay, sorry, we go back to this again. Okay, because if you are assuming that they're asking for how many jellies Diana gives in total, okay, it will be 82 and 82. That's how much Diana gave in total. But if you're talking about each of them, it will just be 82. Okay, so let's go on to question 2. Okay, so Anna, Becky, and Chloe had 342 buttons. Anna had 18 more buttons than Chloe. Becky had twice as many buttons as Anna. How many buttons did Anna have? Right, so let's draw a comparison model. Anna has 18 more than Chloe. Right, so let's draw 18 more for Chloe. Alright, and Becky has twice as many buttons as Anna. Okay, can I give you about 30 seconds? Can you go and draw Becky's part of the model now? Okay, take note. She's twice of Anna, right? How much should you draw, right, for Becky? Okay, I'll give you some time. So you draw it now. Okay, all have it. Alright, let's take a look. Becky twice of Anna. So this is Anna with the 18 here. She's twice. So you must draw another Anna here. You can draw on top of Anna, right? Whichever way you prefer. And in total, they have 342 buttons. So what is the extra over here? 18, 18, 18. Okay, why are they extras? Look at your unknowns. They are all the same size. So we can call them units. Right? They are all 4 units. Okay, so 4 units. In order to find the 4 units, do you need this extra 18s here? Right, they're all part of the 342. Do you want the 18s to be in there? Okay, so no, right? No. Okay, so if you don't want the 18s, let's take them away. Right, so 18 times 3. Let's find the total extra first. How much will you get? Okay, 54. Yes, Hakim, you can minus, also okay. Alright, so now that you have the extra, we can find the 4 units. So the 4 units is equals to total minus away the extra 54. Okay, so that will get you how much? Okay, thank you, Audrey. 288. Okay, Karine, yep. 288. Chloe, yep. Okay, 288. So this is 4 units. Let's find 1 unit. Okay, because they're all equal size, so we can split it into 4 and find out 1 unit. Okay, so calculate it. What will you get? Okay, thank you. 72, yes. So with the 72, is that your final answer? Should you celebrate now? Okay, 72, yay. No. Okay, then what must you do before you can celebrate? Okay, plus 18, yes. Because Anna is not just 1 unit. 1 unit is only Chloe. Did they ask you for Chloe? No, right? Okay, so you should plus the 18 to find Anna. Okay, so Anna is 1 unit plus 18. Okay, so that will be 72 plus 18. Okay, 90. Thank you. All right, so it's a final answer. Then what if they ask you for Becky? Then what should you do? Okay, what if they ask you for Becky instead? After you found your 1 unit, what should you do with the 1 unit? Okay, you can take 90 times 2 because she's twice. Right, otherwise you can take 72 times 2, then plus 18 plus 18. Yes, correct, Hakim. Yep. Okay, Audrey, yes. So you plus 18 plus 18. Okay, so depending on the question, as long as you find the 1 unit, okay, then you are very powerful already. Okay, you can solve any question they ask you for. Right, so as long as you get that 1 unit, go back to the question, all right, and then answer what they want. Okay, so let's go to question 3. Right, so let's take a look at this question. So 340 boxes of flowers were placed in a row at equal distance apart. Right, so equal distance, keyword. Okay, the distance between the first and the 5th box of flowers was 20 cm. Right, what was the distance between the first and the last box of flowers? Alright, so first of all, let's look at this information they gave us. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's represent the box of flowers, okay, the boxes of flowers with crosses. So this is the first, and this is the 5th. Okay, so these are your flowers, box of flowers. Between them is 20 cm. Okay, so draw this mini diagram to help yourself. Okay, so with 5 boxes of flowers, how many gaps are there in between? How many spaces, right? How many gaps? What's the distance here, right? How many of it do you have? Okay, thank you. A lot of you are telling me 4. So 5 boxes, I have 4 gaps. Okay, number of gaps. 5 minus 1. Okay, so this tells us that 4 gaps is 20 cm. Can we find 1 gap? Okay, thank you, Xin Yu. Yeah. Okay, you divide by Okay, 1 gap, not 1 gap. 20 cm divided by 4. Okay, Aman. Xingyang, okay, 5 cm. But this 1 gap, okay, how are we going to use it to help us find our answer? Okay, so they want the distance between the first and the last box of flowers. You have a total of 340 boxes. So first of all, how many gaps do you have if you have 340 boxes? Okay, 339. Okay, good. You have 340 boxes. However, the number of gaps is 1 less, right? So subtract away. So 339 gaps, and you know that each gap is 5 cm. So your final answer, the total distance. Okay, what will you do to find the total distance? You have all the answers over here already, okay, that you need. Okay, Vivan, yeah. What do you do to get the answer? 339 times 5 cm, yes. Okay, so that will get you your answer of 1695 cm. Because each gap is 5 cm, not 4 cm. So if you have 339 gaps, each of them are 5 cm. So you times 5. Okay, all right, so that's your gap type of question. Okay, so always remember you need to minus 1, right, at the end. Okay, let's go on. Go to your question 4. Okay, are you all done with this? Can I clear it? Okay, I'll quickly finish it up, then I'm going to erase it. Okay. Question 4. Okay, this type of question is very common. Right, it's very common. It can come out in your paper 1 or paper 2. Okay, so it can be about parking charges, right? You park your car there for how many hours? How much would they charge you? Right, they can also talk about rental. So in this case, this is about rental, right? How much will it cost if you rent a bicycle for 8 hours? Okay, right, so first of all, okay, study the diagram over here. Right, what are they talking about? Okay, the first hour is $15. Every additional 40 minutes or part thereof, okay, will be 75 cents. How much would Gerald need to pay if he rents a bicycle for 8 hours? Alright, so this is a type of question, okay, that you would want to draw a number line. Okay, so this will help you out if you have the number line, okay, or timeline. We want to reach to 8 hours, okay, and we start from 0 hours. So first of all, the first hour is $15. So refer to your table over here. Okay, $15 is the first hour. Okay, so let's move forward by 1 hour. This is $15. Every additional 40 minutes, okay, or part thereof is 75 cents. Okay, so from 1 hour here, okay, so you used up 1 hour already. That's $15. From then, okay, there on, it will be 75 cents for every 40 minutes. So you're moving forward by 7 more hours. Okay, 7 hours is equals to how many minutes? Okay, can you calculate for me? How many minutes is 7 hours? Okay, thank you. 420 minutes, yes. Okay, so you just times your 60, yeah? Okay, so this means that we need to cover 420 minutes and find out, okay, how many 40 minutes are there inside this 420? Okay, because each of the 40 minutes is 75 cents. So the number of 40 minutes, okay, in your 420 minutes, okay, is equals to your 420. How to find out how many 40 minutes there are? Divide by 40, yes. Okay, good. Divide by 40. So can you type into your calculator right now? Let me know what do you see on your calculator. Okay, type it in. 10, okay, 10.5, 10.5. Yes, okay. So 10.5, all of you. Okay. So there are 10.5 40 minutes, which means there are 10 complete 40 minutes over here. Okay, but how about the 0.5? That means it is almost 40 minutes. So do we still need to count that in? Okay, yes. All right, so because of the part thereof, that means that even if you don't reach another full 40 minutes, you still have to pay another 75 cents. Okay, so they're very bad. They will make you pay more even if you exceed, okay, and you don't reach the 40-minute mark. So whenever you don't have, okay, a whole number here, right, you have decimal. Okay, so you still need to round it up. There are 11 40 minutes over here. So which means that you need to take 11 times 75 cents. Okay, so now let's find out the total that he needs to pay. So first hour is $15 plus the 75 cents, 11 of it. Okay, I'll write it up here. So equals to, right, can you all work it out? What will you get? Okay, so it will be 15 plus $8.25, yes. Okay, so your final answer, $23.25. Yes, okay, good. Okay, so just take note, remember to round it up if you get a decimal over here, okay? Yeah, all right, so we've come to the end, okay, of our questions over here. So let me give you some information now. Okay, hold on. Okay, if you still want to copy, I'll leave it here later on. Okay, so thank you for joining us today. Right, so you are invited to come to a complimentary trial lesson. Okay, so if you, okay, complimentary means it's free. Okay, so if you want to come for a trial lesson, okay, you can go to our website to sign up. We can access your level of readiness, okay, your strengths and weaknesses, let you know where you must improve on. Okay, and you can also discover an easier and more effective approach, okay, to learn the concepts of how to solve problem sums, okay, so you can go a bit deeper into it, okay, and have a better understanding of the strategies. Right, so this is a method, okay, the score method that we teach students at our center here. Okay, so it's a method that helps students with borderline grades, okay, improve 1 or 2 grades within 90 days. We'll also craft a step-by-step action plan, okay, to move forward. Let your child, okay, let you to have your grades improve, okay, and achieve your desired grades. So you can go to the website, right? I can send this to you in the chat. Okay, so if you want to take a look, you can go and click on it now. Okay, so it's in the chat now. You can go and click on it. And if you click on it, okay, you'll come to the website. You can press sign up for free trial. Okay, and then just type in your information over here. Okay, so you type it in, then we'll get back to you in about 24 hours, right? So you can sign up and come for a free lesson. Okay. Right, so thank you for joining us today. So if you have any questions, you can contact us via email. Okay, you can take a screenshot. Okay, those of you who are familiar, this part always screenshot. Okay, so go and screenshot the email, WhatsApp. Okay, if you want to have, if you have questions, you want to ask us. Okay. Yeah, okay, any further questions, you can contact us on WhatsApp. Okay, you can ask the questions and we'll reply you quickly over there. Yeah, sure, you can send to your friends. Okay, no problem. Okay, bye-bye. Good night.